Welcome back to the Global Local Top Tips, and today, the perfect steak. Every chef gets asked at least 2 or 3 times a day how to cook the perfect steak, and I'm going to show you how I do it today. Let's get stuck in. Before we get started, there's a couple of key things we need to discuss. No miracles are going to happen in this pan today. So if you're going to cook a bad steak, you're going to get bad results. So go into your local butcher, tell him what you're about to do, and he'll advise you on the best way to go forward. Nice porterhouse, or a nice scotch fillet, or a nice fillet would be perfect. Secondly, before we cook it, we want to leave it out of the fridge for about 10 or 15 minutes, just covered in Glad wrap till it comes to room temperature. If you're going to cook it straight from the fridge, you have a tendency to get a little bit tougher. Thirdly, don't be afraid of butter. Butter is good for you, so we're going to use quite a bit of it today. And it's also nice to add some garlic or herbs in there at the butter, and we'll go through that a little bit later. Now, while my steak is coming to room temperature, there's a couple of little bits and pieces I need to do. I want some accompaniments with my steak, so I've got some sweet potato here, and I'm just going to cut some nice thin slices just straight into a dry pan. I got some little baby potatoes here, and I'm just going to cut them in half lengthways, and I'm going to put them into the pan. And I've got one big flat mushroom, and I'm not going to take out the stalk completely. I'm just going to even it up a little bit. Straight into my pan. Nice bit of olive oil, good quality olive oil. And again, pepper, salt. Straight into the oven, 15 minutes. So to prepare my steak for cooking, it's really important that we season very heavily on it, because when you put it into the pan, you're going to lose some of that. And we're going to season it again in the pan. Just don't be afraid of salt and pepper in this one. Turn them over. Same again. Lots and lots of salt. Don't be afraid of it. Perfect. So into our pan here, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a nice knob of butter. Just get it in there. It's on medium to high heat here. You want it to sear straight away when you get it in there. And this is the thing about a good steak. Is you want a good sear in it. You don't want to turn it too many times either. So we'll put a steak in, it's gonna sear, we're gonna cook it on one side, we're gonna turn it, we're going to sear it on the other side, and it's done. And we're going to cook it medium to medium rare. You don't need to be turning it and flipping it, and yeah. The idea is to cook it, get a nice colour on it, because colour is flavour. And then you want to eat it. Just my favourite part. So our oil and butter is in there. Want to get your steak and straight in. It's almost got a bath of flavor there. And again, pepper, salt, and we're not going to touch it. We're just going to let it cook. You can see it's cooking up around the sides. I'm definitely going to have to taste this one for you guys to tell you how it goes. How quickly your steak is going to cook will depend on the thickness of it. So we're just going to have a quick little look and see what the sear is like. And we want quite a dark sear on it. I'm going to cook this steak for about 2.5 minutes on each side. That should bring it to rare, medium rare, and then I'm gonna let it rest. And this is a key point, you need to let your steaks rest. If you don't let them rest, they're just gonna be tough. But if you just let them rest for 3-4 minutes, you'll notice such a big difference. Let's have a quick little look. Oh, we've got a beautiful sear going on there. So we're ready for our first turn. Beautiful. Now, pepper, salt. So now at this point, I want to add in some herbs into that butter, and I've got some lemon thyme here. And when you put it in, you want to just cover it because it's going to spit up with that butter. I've also got some garlic cloves here too, and they can go in. Just get that butter and just keep basting it on top. That's it. Now my steak's off the heat. Let's get some more butter in around the sides. We'll just let that melt. This does two things. One, of course, it adds more butter, but two, it helps cool it down. And you just want to keep basting it, get all that flavour up around that steak. Now I've got my veggies out of the oven, and I just want to finish this up while we're waiting for our steak to cool. I've got a little bit of feta here from my mushroom, and I'm going to use a little bit more of that herb just on top there. Got my asparagus here, and I just want to spear the bottom of them, and that's just for more presentation than anything else. Just gives a better finish to it. And again, being careful you don't put that knife through your hand. Our steak is ready, our veggies are ready, and we're good to start going here. Just to give it another light base on top of that. All that beautiful butter. And this is another really good reasons why you don't really need really thick, heavy sauces with your steaks either. You've got that cooking liquor that's in there. Perfect. So let's get this going. So I've got my mushroom with my feta. I'm gonna bring across my asparagus, which has just been lightly baked with just a little bit of butter. That's perfect. Get some little potatoes going on here. And just a little bit of sweet potato. And then of course, the star of the show is our steak. It's gonna get a little bit more of that butter on there. It's got so much flavor in it. Bring it across there. What more do you want? If you enjoy our videos and you'd like to support us in the future, please consider joining our Patreon group. There's some awesome extras, Q&A sessions, our upcoming cookbooks, and some unseen videos. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below any videos you'd like to see in the future. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. And we'll see you soon.